Hello friends, welcome once more to class online. My name is Mr. Dami, and in this edition we shall be looking at jamb mathematics, and we shall be picking key topics in jamb that will better help us understand. Let's check. In this edition we shall be looking at the topic pie chart and partial fraction. Now these are topics that come out every year, and a lot of clarity has to be brought to this topic. So let's begin with pie chart. Pie chart. Now let's see this question. The pie chart shows the distribution of courses offered by students. What percentage of the students offer English? Now you can see that the English is actually 90% because it is actually a quarter of the entire circle, right? The people who set this question know what they are setting. Now actually they didn't give a number for English, but the way it was drawn, you have to see that this is actually 1/4 of the circle. Like if you have an orange and you cut the orange like this, that means you've cut a quarter. That's 1/4 of it. So this is 1/4 of everything in the circle is 360, right? So that's 1/4 of 360, and that will give me 90%. So 90 degree is the angle over here. This is 90 degree, but they did not say degree. They said percent. That will now become, so English in percentage will now become 90 over everything, 360 degree, because all of the angle in circle is 360 degree. So that will become 90 over 360 times 100%. That's percent. Okay, so you are changing from degree to percent. 90 over 360 times 100, and that will give me 90 in 360 is 4. 1 over 4 times 100. 4 divided 100 is 25%. So I got the angle at 90, then I put it over everything times 100, and I got 25%. And that's just a summary of all I did, and that is how to go about solving it. So when you know the angle, you can make it into percentage by dividing by the total and times by 100, and that's just it. Now the next one says the pie chart above shows that the monthly distribution of a man's salary on food item. If you spend 8,000 on rice, how much did they spend on yam? Now 8,000 is for rice, right? What degree is for rice? Now you can see in the question 80%, the 80 degrees for rice, but we don't know what degree is yam. That's the first problem. Now how will you know the degree for yam? Everything is 360, so sum everything up. Gari plus rice plus beans plus yam is 360, right? Now gari is 70, rice is 80, beans is 50, yam is y equals 360. And why is that yam? Why? It is because we don't know yam, so it's y. So represented by y. That will become 70 plus 80 plus 50 is 200 plus y equals 360, and that's y equals 360 minus 200. Y is 160 degree, and that is y, right? Now since rice is 80 degree, and 80 degree of for rice is 8,000, then 160 is double. So it's just because 2 times 80 is 160, right? Now it's double, so it's just, that means this money will double. It will become 2 times 8,000, and that will become 16,000 is for rice, and that is just it. The answer is D, 16,000. Now a storekeeper checks the stock of 5 commodity and arrive at the following stat, right? We have this commodity and we have this quantity. What angle will commodity H represent on a pie chart? Now this is number turned into degree. What will it be? How do you change number? Now the one we did before is degree. We change degree into percentage. Here we change degree into number. Now here you are changing number. These are numbers into degree. And what would that be? The total is we have quantity is first find the total first. 215 plus 113 plus 108 plus 216 plus 68 is 720, right? Now the number for we are finding for H, right? The number for H is 108. 108 over 720 times 360 degree. Why 360? Because you are finding degree. The pie chart is round. Anything round is 360 degree, and 360 is used because you are changing into degree. Okay, so it will be the number over the total times 360, and that will give me what? I divided this thing by 9 here, 0 cancel 0. 9 in this is 8, and 9 in this is 4, and then I have this 9 in this is 8, 9 in 72 is 8, 9 in 36 is 4, and that will give me this. Then 4 here 1, 4 in 8 is 2. So I have 2 here, then 2 here 1, 2 in 108 is 54. So it is 54 degree. That is my degree. And then the next one, I have a pie chart above. This is the start. Okay, now we have to calculate. It says statistical distribution of 80 students in 5 subjects in an exam. Calculate how many students offer maths. So this is the angle for maths, right? So you have to first of all do all equals 360 so that you can find x. Okay, because these are not real angles, so you have to find x. So I'll say math plus English plus physics plus chemistry plus economics is 360 degree, because they are all angles and the sum of 360. So I have 5x plus 16 minus x, 16x minus 24 plus 5x for physics plus chemistry is 4x plus 12, and econs is 16x plus 12. Oh, that's chemistry, please. This one is econs, this is chemistry, equals 360 degree, right? Then collect like terms. 5x, the next x is 16x, the next is 5x, and then I have 4x. Okay, and I have 6x. Then I have the numbers now, 24, 12, and 12. This will cancel. 12 and 12 is 24. 24 minus 24 is 0. So this there. 5x plus 16x plus 4 plus 6 is 36x. 36x equals 360 divided by 36. My x is 10. So what now for mass? Mass is 5x. So if x is 10, 5 times 10, if x is 10 and mass is 5x, that means 5 times 10, and that becomes 50 students offer mass. And in this section, we shall look at partial fractions. Now, we have a question on partial fraction. I just took 2 questions in partial fraction because I realized that most of the questions are similar. It's just the same style. So if you get this one, you might be able to do most of the questions you will see in partial fraction. So I have 2x minus 12 over x minus 2 in bracket, then x minus 3 in bracket. So what do I have there? Now the first thing to do is to represent this thing by a and b. The one on top here, 2x minus 12 over x minus 2, x minus 3. Represent this one on top with a and b. That will become a over x minus 2 plus b over x minus 3, right? That's a representation. Next thing is to do this. Bring this one here, the numerator in the first in the question. Bring it to the front. This equals this a up here. Bring it here. Then bring the denominator of b beside a plus b. Okay, bring b, then bring the denominator of b of a beside b. Can you see that movement? This is the end of partial fraction. It's very key. This step, numerator a, denominator of b, not a, beside a, plus b, denominator of a beside b. Can you see that? Do you get that? Now next thing is, now do the opposite of the numerator of the denominator of a. Now you know here is minus 2, right? Under a, right? Do the opposite. What's the opposite of minus 2? That's plus 2. So you will say when s is plus 2, then you now substitute plus 2 into this expression here. That will become 5. Instead of s plus 2 minus 12 equals a. Instead of s plus 2 minus 3 plus b. Instead of s plus 2 minus 2. 2 minus 2 is 0. That's 0 times b is cancelled. That's 0. Then because 0 multiply anything is 0. So I'm left with 5 times 2 is 10 minus 12 equals 2 minus 3 is minus a. And that will become minus a equals minus 2, because 10 minus 12 is minus 2. Minus a equals minus 2. A equals 2. Now the next thing, now you have gotten your a as 2. Now the opposite of minus 3 under b is 3. So if it were plus 3 here, you will have used minus 3. But if it is minus 3, you have to use plus 3. So when s is 3, now substitute this s is 3 into the same equation you created at the beginning. That will give me 5. Instead of s, put 3 and put 12. And a, instead of s, put 3 minus 3. 3 minus 3 is 0. 0 times a is cancelled. Then I have b, 3 minus 2. And that will give me 5 times 3 is 12 minus is 15, sorry, minus 12 equals 3 minus 2 is 1. Is 1. 1 times b is b. So I have 12 minus 12, 15 minus 12 is 3. So b equals 3. And that's my answer. So my a is 2, my b is 3. And that is the end of partial fraction. And some people say that it's very difficult, it's very hard, but actually partial fraction is no more than this. and that's just it. So my A is 2. If you get this, then you've understood partial fraction. My B is 3. So let's put it down. That will become 5s minus 2. This is the question. I just wrote it back. So my A, where the A is, I'll put 2 over s minus 2, and where the B is here, I'll put 3 over s minus 3, and that's the answer, making the answer to become what? Which option? Option B, and that is the answer. Let's try again another time. The same thing is what I will do here. Okay, so I have below s squared plus s minus 2. See, unlike the previous one, it's in bracket, but this one is not in bracket. It is actually quadratic. So you have to solve the quadratic equation and put it in bracket. That means you have to factorize first. So that means s squared plus s minus 2. In our previous video, I've taught you how to factorize a quadratic equation. And here I'll just factorize. So the factor of 2 that will give me, of minus 2 that will give me 1 is 2 and 1. But to get plus 1, it will be plus 2 minus 1. So it will now become s plus 2 and s minus 1. That will give me minus 2 and plus 1 when I plus. And that will give 3 over s plus 2 bracket s minus 1. And that is your factorized format for the quadratic equation there. Then do the same thing that you did, solve the partial fraction. So it is now ready to be solved by partial fraction. So it now becomes normally like the way I did it before, 3 over s plus 2 bracket s minus 1, a over s plus 2, b over s minus 1. So you will now say this 3 will come, then a and the factor of b, a bracket s minus 1, then b bracket s plus 2, which is the factor, which is the denominator of a. Okay, and that will be what I added. Now this is the format. So you now say from here, s is s plus 2, right? So you will do the opposite. That will become minus 2 when s is minus 2. So it puts minus 2 in. B equals a bracket minus 2 minus 1 plus b bracket minus 2 plus 2, which is minus 2 plus 2 is 0. 0 times b is 0. Then I have b equals minus 2 minus 1 is minus 3. B equals minus 3a. Divided by minus 3, you'll be getting a equals 3 over minus 3. Then that will become a equals minus 1. And that's your answer for A. Then, looking at the one below B, it is minus 1. It will now become when s is equals to 1. Okay? So when s is equals to 1, plug it in. B equals a bracket 1 minus 1 plus b bracket 1 plus 2. 1 minus 1 is 0. 0 times a is 0. Then b, then we have 1 plus 2 is 3. That becomes 3b equals 3. Then divided by 3, you'll be having b equals 3 over 3, which is 1. And that is the answer. So my answers are, this is the question, I wrote it back, equals my A is minus 1, okay, over s plus 2, just the way it is here, plus my B is what, 1 over s minus 1, which is A is the correct answer. And that is the way to go about solving it. It's just that in this A, they turn it around. They put this one in the front and this one at the back. But it's actually the same thing. And that is the answer for partial fraction. And that brings us to the end of this session. Don't forget that this is you have a practice quiz on partial fraction in the quiz section. And also, practice makes perfect. So practice those quiz and keep practicing. Our next class will be on calculus, integration and differentiation, and then we'll now go on to talk about mensuration and geometry, then trigonometry. Take care of yourself. Until we see again, take care of yourself and bye for now.